This is the OTB Network.
Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. We are going to start things out at the Fairgrounds, where they ran one of their many big Saturdays of racing with 5 stakes on the program. We'll start things out in the two-year-old filly division in the L'Atelier, going 6 furlongs.
They're in the gate. Away and running in the L'Atelier Memorial. Hug it out, making a break for it. Today for Dancing, showing good speed. There's Lee McLovin, sent on through by Robbie Alvarado, and Linnea is close to her. Lee McLovin, the leader at the end of that first furlong. Linnea's close in tow. Here she's Extreme, and Miguel Mena. Red cap, white sleeves up the near side. Hug it out, broke first, now running in 4th. The Canadian Raider, Adam Aim, and Today for Dancing. Adam Aim is now wide and last. The first quarter, 21-4. Lee McLovin paving the path into the far turn. Lee McLovin still being tailed by Linnea. Hug it out is right there with 3 furlongs to go. At the rail, she's Extreme now being driven. Adam Aim is moving in tandem with A Day for Dancing. They're both close up as these leaders start to bunch up. She's Extreme is last to make the top of this daunting fairground stretch. Half mile in 45-3. Hug it out. Hug it out has forged in front in the final furlong and a half. Toward the rail, Lee McLovin fights on in this final fairgrounds furlong. A Day for Dancing is third. Adam Aim and Linnea just above the 16th pole. Lee McLovin back in front for Robbie, close to home. Hug it out and A Day for Dancing, Lee McLovin. Lee McLovin under the wire by 3 from A Day for Dancing. Hug it out was third. A big spread back to Adam Aim 4th.
Lee McLovin scoring the victory, now 2 for 3 lifetime. She broke her maiden last time out in a very nice effort. First time off the layoff here, comes back in stakes company and scores by 4 on the front end as the favorite over A Day for Dancing, with Hug It Out back in the 3rd spot. The winner, Lee McLovin, is a 2-year-old bay filly, a daughter of Flamethrower from Doc's Stormy Girl by Dr. Caton. Bred in Florida by Christine L. Mitchell and owned by the McCathan Brothers Farm, trained by Ron Werner and ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado. Lee McLovin covers the 6th in 110.47. Next up, it's older sprinters on the turf in the Bonaparte.
And they're off in the Bonaparte. Chamberlain Bridge, a brilliant break for Jamie Theriault. Rock Gold showing good speed. Delia close second and back of Chamberlain Bridge in front. The Great Caruso comes up the rails for Robbie Alvarado. Storm Treasure and Sean Bridgman last but one. And Johns Road has dropped back to last. Chamberlain Bridge heads the betting and heads the quintet toward the far turn. Jesse Campbell has Rock Gold close. The Great Caruso right at Chamberlain Bridge's heels as they go to the far side of the course. Storm Treasure has 6 lengths to find and 3 more to Johns Road, who remains last. The first quarter for Chamberlain Bridge, 23 seconds flat, so this pace is not boiling over. Chamberlain Bridge straightens them up for this long run in. Rock Gold outside of Chamberlain Bridge as they straighten. The Great Caruso, Storm Treasure, and Johns Road is brought to the stand side. Now they're deep in this final furlong and a half. Chamberlain Bridge in front. Rock Gold is fully stretched. Storm Treasure delivers a late challenge for Chamberlain Bridge for this final half furlong. Chamberlain Bridge, Storm Treasure lugging in up toward the wire. Storm Treasure to get and beat Chamberlain Bridge. Storm Treasure in the Bonaparte. Chamberlain Bridge was caught late. Johns Road, Rock Gold, and the Great Caruso.
Storm Treasure, this guy was third a couple of races back in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. Followed that up with a close third on the Poly Track in the Kennedy Road at Woodbine, and here runs down Chamberlain Bridge, who certainly had it all his way on the front end, running very leisurely fractions for this distance. Chamberlain Bridge appeared ready to spurt clear. Storm Treasure, however, under a persevering ride by Sean Bridgman, catches him and goes by a length and a half over Chamberlain Bridge, with Johns Road finishing third. The winner, Storm Treasure, is a chestnut son of Storm Boot from Boogie Beach Blues by Cure the Blues, bred in Kentucky by Don M. Robinson and owned by Mike McCarty. Trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden to victory by Sean Bridgman, Storm Treasure covers the 5.5 in 104.24. Next up, we will head back to the fairgrounds, the running of the Esplanade for fillies and mares.
They're in the gate. They're off, racing in the Esplanade. Secret Gypsy breaks right on cue for Robbie Alvarado. Palooka Condenser showing good speed, too, to just get in front of Secret Gypsy, who's right with her. And Magnetic Miss adding fuel to the fire. Dubai Majesty, Red Cap, a close fourth. For the inside, Cosmic Bell and the Darley Maroon right at the heels of those leaders going past the half-mile pole. Misty Lady takes her wider track, only 5 lengths off the pace. Precious Kiss ground saving into the turn from Control System was wide. Father back to Add Rhythm. First run of the season for She's Indie Money, who's dropped back to last. Opening quarter, 21-4. Palooka Condenser has locked horns with Secret Gypsy at 3 to 5 on as they come toward the quarter pole. Secret Gypsy and Palooka Condenser straighten them as they turn for home. Dubai Majesty is third. Cosmic Bell put to pressure now in the final furlong and a half. Misty Lady, Precious Kiss, Control System. She's in the money on the stand side. Secret Gypsy slipping away now from Palooka Condenser. Dubai Majesty is third, up toward the wire. Secret Gypsy draws away for another success. Robbie Alvarado on a stakes double for Ronnie Werner. Secret Gypsy in the Esplanade from Palooka Condenser. Precious Kiss third, then
Secret Gypsy, this filly ran a couple of very good races earlier this year against major graded stakes types. Got a little bit of class relief in her last 2. She ran second in the Raven Run, then romped in an allowance race at Churchill last time out by over 8 lengths. She here runs her record to 4 for 8 lifetime with a nice performance very near to the front every step of the way under Robbie Alvarado for trainer Ron Werner. Palooka Condenser ran well to finish in the second spot, holding position fairly solidly over Precious Kiss, who rallied from way back to finish third. Secret Gypsy is a chestnut filly, a daughter of Sea of Secrets from Miss Utada by Rahi. Bred in Kentucky by Norman Cheng and owned by Richland Hills Stable and John Kuehl. Trained by Ron Werner and ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado, Secret Gypsy covers the 5.5 in 1:03.22. Next up, we'll head back to the turf course at the fairgrounds. 3-year-olds in the running of the Woodchopper.
her firm rails 10 feet out in the gate for the Woodchopper. And they're off. Naturally on the rocks, Jimmy Sims, Evade, My Boy Charlie showing that expected pace too. As they come past the stands, Acting Zippy joins the front ranks. Then we come back to Macho again, who leads Turf War, who's dropped back to 7th as they turn. My Boy Charlie head-to-head early with Naturally on the Rocks, who just yields the front. Evade slides off those rails for Julian Leperoux, and Evade is tugging and wants to go. Acting Zippy covers Evade at those long odds. Acting Zippy out 4 deep on this course, racing up the backstretch. Jimmy Sims is next, still 7 more lengths back to Macho again. Turf War trails the field. First quarter, 24-2. My Boy Charlie takes the point at the half-mile pole. Naturally on the rocks with those rails. Evade still tugging there between horses, and Acting Zippy is 4 deep, half-mile for My Boy Charlie, 48-3. Jimmy Sims is next. Macho again and Turf War both have some 12 lengths to come. My Boy Charlie around the far turn. My Boy Charlie holding on to a short lead from Naturally on the Rocks, who tries to come back on terms. Acting Zippy still right there at big odds. Evade is covered up. Jimmy Sims, Turf War, and Macho again is last as they turn for home. 3 quarters, 1:14-2. My Boy Charlie drifting to the center of the course. My Boy Charlie weaving through this stretch. On the outside, here comes Jimmy Sims, who now strikes the top of the furlong grounds. Evade, Naturally on the Rocks, Acting Zippy. Macho again is well back, leading only Turf War. Jimmy Sims, Sean Bridgman, and Jimmy Sims in the Woodchopper. Winning by 3.5 lengths. Evade was second, 23-1. Acting Zippy was third, but only just over Naturally on the Rocks. My Boy Charlie, Macho again, and Turf War was last.
This was a wild stretch run. It looked like they were macrameing themselves into a knot on the way down to the finish line, but Jimmy Sims was able to remain fairly clear of it and won off by 3 1/4 lengths over Evade. Acting Zippy, who had been involved, he lugged in a little bit, he lugged out a little bit, bothered a couple of horses. It was a very roughly run stretch run, but Acting Zippy ends up holding on to the 3rd spot. A little disappointing in here was Macho again, who moved on to the turf course here. Got off to a little bit of a poor start, never really got into the race. I think it's perhaps fair to say that he's a little bit better actor on the dirt, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him move back to the main track fairly soon. Jimmy Sims, he won 2 up at Woodbine earlier this year and was beaten less than a length last time out behind good horses in the Commonwealth at Churchill. Certainly marks himself one to watch over the wintertime in the series on the turf for very strong connections. Jimmy Sims is a bay son of Lost Soldier from Queen of America by Quiet American. Bred in Kentucky by the Sarum Farm and owned by Elizabeth Alexander and Travis Burr. Trained by Steve Asmussen, ridden to victory by Sean Bridgmahan. Jimmy Sims covers the mile on the turf in 139.21. Next up, we'll head back to 2-year-olds, this time the Colts going in the Sugar Bowl.
Away and running in the Sugar Bowl, and Big Push comes out guns blazing. Big Push, a fast start for Robbie Alvarado. Citizen showing a good turn of pace. The great S. Joe is right there. Doc's Friend now guns on through at the end of that first furlong. Here's Citizen and Doc's Friend to push. Big Push. S. Joe is right there third. On the outside, Valid Stripes in fourth. Northern Prince comes up the fence. It happened again. 6 lengths off the pace. Outside that, Screen Your Friend, then Special Heart. As they go past the half-mile pole, Map of the World, and Merkel has dropped back to 11th. The first quarter, 22 seconds flat. Big Push at a high-octane pace. 3 furlongs on the winning line. Now Valid Stripes stakes his claim. Valid Stripes up to Big Push. They're together at the 5/16. Just in behind them is Citizen. Ask Joe 4 deep. It happened again, comes 5 wide. Screen Your Friend, Northern Prince, Doc's Friend, Special Heart. Farther back then is Merkel. In the final 3/16 now. Ask Joe toward the inside, Valid Stripes. Big Push doggedly at the rail. Citizen between horses. On the outside, Map of the World. A 4-way go inside the final 16th. Big Push with stiffening resolve. Here's Ask Joe. Valid Stripes in there pitching away. Ask Joe. Big Push. A Sugar Bowl photo. Ask Joe at 11-1. Big Push did not surrender lightly. Valid Stripes third, then Citizen.
Ask Joe scoring the victory was 11.5-1. Pretty big price for a horse that was running his record to 3 for 4 lifetime. His only loss having been a relatively good third-place finish in the Dover at Delaware this fall. Here he scores at the expense of Big Push and Valid Stripes, also at a fairly big price. The winner, Ask Joe, is a grayer roan son of Najran from Heavenly Halo by Grindstone. Bred in Kentucky by Columbiana Farm and owned by Puglisi Racing, trained by Steve Clasaris and ridden to victory by Miguel Mena. Ask Joe covers the 6 in 110.53. We'll leave New Orleans and head to the Mid-Atlantic, where on Saturday at Laurel they ran the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship for Maryland breds.
And they're off. Good start for Graceful Ginger. Queen of Song. There's Call of a Lion on the outside, getting up there with position as well. And Prom Time is the last of the quartet into the first turn run. Graceful Ginger and Erod settling into a steady beat up front by 3/4 of a length from Call of a Lion in the second spot. Prom Time in his eager third, just a couple lengths in the front, and Ground Saving with 7/8 to go. And Queen of Song is last of the 4. Graceful Ginger just going to have everything an easy way on the muddy going out there from Call of a Lion by a length. Prom Time, pin up on the inside third spot, another 2.5, and Queen of Song is the last horse. Graceful Ginger giving the others something to do here. Graceful Ginger now gets away a 1.5 lengths solidly from Call of a Lion. Prom Time's dropped 3 off the front, and Queen of Song is fourth with 5 to 6 to close in. Graceful Ginger enjoying the muddy going, a 1.5 lengths from Call of a Lion. Prom Time is third, still about 4 off the lead, and Queen of Song. No change in the order, a half-mile left to run in the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship. And pacemaking Graceful Ginger from Call of a Lion. Prom Time ridden along, fully ridden as a matter of fact. Prom Time's dropped to last and passed by Queen of Song. No fire from Prom Time. So either at 5/16 pole, Graceful Ginger, Call of a Lion running a big one. And now Queen of Song is trying to pick up the top pair just above the quarter pole. Nothing from Prom Time has dropped to last. Turning for home, Call of a Lion, but Queen of Song on the outside is coming with a nice sustained run. Queen of Song out in the center of the racetrack. Call of a Lion's trying to stay on. Graceful Ginger is weakened up in third, but from here on out, it's Queen of Song and Jeremy Rose, and they're going to stroll and open and widen in the final furlong. Queen of Song coming home 3, 4, almost 5 by the time they get to the line in the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship. Queen of Song. Let's call it 3.5 at the finish. Call of a Lion was second, and Graceful Ginger, Prom Time.
Queen of Song scoring the victory, running her record to 2 wins in a very brief career. She had broken her maiden 2 back at Delaware Park. She had a rough trip while racing wide last time out at Philadelphia. Here gets on a wet racetrack for only the 2nd time in her brief career, and she absolutely loved it. As her pedigree would indicate, she romped home cleanly by 5 over Call of a Lion with Graceful Ginger, the pace setter, back in 3rd. The winner, Queen of Song, is a 2-year-old gray-roan daughter of Unbridled Song from Rose Queen by Stormcat. Bred in Maryland by Fitzhugh Limited and owned by Town and Country Farms Group. Trained by Mark Schumann and ridden to victory by Jeremy Rose, Queen of Song covers the mile in a 16th and 147.44. We'll pause now for a brief message. When we return, we've got more great stakes racing action for you. Please stay with us. Welcome back to Horses and Courses. We'll continue now at Turfway Park, where on Saturday the stakes feature was the Gowell Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going 6.
At the post. And they're off, and Emma Darling stumbled badly leaving the gate. For the lead from the inside, that's Caracuda. Moving up from between horses, Ladies Laughter. Down along the rail, that's Queen of Victory. Then from between horses, Southern Sweet Tea. Followed on the outside by Saxy Rose Lee. Continuing down the backstretch after a quarter in 22 seconds flat, the leader, Queen of Victory on the inside, has it a half length. Up on the outside, Ladies Laughter takes second ahead. Caracuda is 3rd. Saxy Rose Lee is now gaining ground in 4th. It's a gap of 2.5. Center of the track now, Emma Darling gains ground in 5th, but into the stretch, it's Ladies Laughter with the head in front. Gaining ground now from the center of the track, that's Emma Darling, and Step Out Smartly on the outside. Here comes Step Out Smartly to get the lead. Then Ladies Laughter, Step Out Smartly wins at a length over Ladies Laughter. Photo for 3rd.
Step Out Smartly scoring nicely. She broke her maiden last time out by 5 lengths rather at Churchill Downs in very impressive fashion, and here rallies from way back with a 5-wide bid, closing strongly to win by a length and a quarter over Lady's Daughter, with Emma Darling as the favorite, completing the order of the top 3. Emma Darling was disadvantaged by a little bit of a slow start. She certainly looked like a legitimate favorite coming into this race off a very strong allowance victory in Kentucky, but unfortunately that stumble at the start may have cost her a bit. The winner, Step Out Smartly, is a dark bay or brown daughter of Came Home from Fashion Planner by Capote. Bred in Kentucky by G. Watts Humphrey Jr. and owned by the breeder, trained by Rusty Arnold and ridden to victory by Bill Troilo, Step Out Smartly covers the 6 in 111.70. More 2-year-olds coming up next as we head to Northern California. Golden Gate Fields on Saturday hosting 2-year-old colts going a mile in the Gold Rush Stakes.
Runnit has his head screwed sideways, racing now. Cut the Check is off, best from Adriatic Moon and Marus Miami. AK Racer, the blue colours, going up towards the front. 2 lengths to African Diamond, fifth out of the stretch on the outside of Run It, and Skamasco is last and wide. At the 7/8 pole, and AK Racer strides up to join Cut the Check. 2 lengths away third, Marus Miami covering Adriatic Moon. 2 lengths to African Diamond from Run It, and Skamasco is last of all. The field covered by 7 lengths, and AK Racer goes to the lead. A length and a half over Cut the Check from Adriatic Moon. Here's Alvarado letting Skamasco stride up quickly from the tail of the field. He takes third position. Marus Miami is on Skamasco's back towards the tail of the field. Then is African Diamond and Run It over on the inside. About 5 lengths covering them as they pass the half-mile pole. And the leader is AK Racer by a length and a quarter. Duran Guides Cut the Check off the rail. And the favourite is sitting pretty second as they race into the second turn. Followed on the inside by Run It, who's picking up good ground to join Adriatic Moon. In that group 2 is African Diamond. Skamasco extremely wide, 3 lengths off the lead. And back at the tail, Marus Miami at the quarter pole. It's AK Racer with the lead. About a half length to Cut the Check, who's popped the big question at the 3/16. Adriatic Moon's trying to split those, followed by Skamasco, and Marus Miami is putting in the big strides down the extreme outside. It's Marus Miami sweeping up. Adriatic Moon is now second, followed by Cut the Check, but Marus Miami, 2 for 2, takes the gold rush easily. Adriatic Moon second, Cut the Check third, then Skamasco.
Marus Miami scoring the win to run his record to 2 for 2. He had broken his maiden at the beginning of November at Golden Gate Fields, was held out for this race and returns at almost 7-1 to pick up the victory over Adriatic Moon, with the favored Cut the Check pressing the pace early while dueling and finishing third. The winner, Marus Miami, is a bay 2-year-old son of Friends Lake from Profit System by Copeland. Bred in Kentucky by Brereton Jones and B. Ned Jones, owned by the West Point Thoroughbreds and trained by O.J. Horegi. Ridden to victory by Alex Bisono, Marus Miami covers the 1 mile in 1:38.48. We'll head to Hollywood Park. They wrapped up their fall meeting this Sunday. We've got a trio of stakes going back to last Saturday's running of the Cat's Cradle for California bred fillies.
They're off. Gambler's Justice is asked for speed and goes for the front from Perfect Hostess between horses. 'Tis a Blend to the outside. By and By at the rail. Spend It All Baby comes away third last. Then Unusual Jane and Malia Sophia as they race up the backstretch, and Gambler's Justice is the leader. It is Gambler's Justice just a neck in front of Perfect Hostess in second. Those two are a length and a half from By and By and 'Tis a Blend, together third and fourth. It's 4 lengths to Spend It All Baby. Fifth and about 6 off the lead. Malia Sophia is a length behind her. And if Unusual Jane wins the 12th Cat's Cradle handicap, she'll make up 12 lengths in the final half mile as they go into the far turn. It is still Gambler's Justice, trying to go it all the way. 'Tis a Blend is running up outside of Perfect Hostess. By and By stays at the rail, 3rd and 2 from the front. Spend It All Baby is hard ridden by Victor Espinoza. She is making some ground up, 4 off the lead. Unusual Jane and Malia Sophia still double digits behind, and Gambler's Justice comes to the top of the stretch, and she's got the lead by a length and a half. From 'Tis a Blend in second. To the outside, Spend It All Baby. By and By splits horses, and here's By and By. Any one of 4 can win. Gambler's Justice confronted by By and By takes over the lead. To the outside, Spend It All Baby still has a chance. By and By, Gambler's Justice, Spend It All Baby. By and By reaches. Spend It All Baby. By and By. The 12th Cat's Cradle goes to By and By. It's close for second. Maybe Spend It All Baby over Gambler's Justice.
By and By gets a little bit of class relief, dropping down after having been beaten 12 in the Bayacoa only a couple of weeks ago. She comes back on short rest, back in with State Breds, and scores by ahead over Spend It All Baby, with Gambler's Justice back in the 3rd spot. Favorite in the field was 'Tis a Blend, who was a little disappointing. She's been very competitive against state-bred fillies and mares, perhaps prefers just a little bit more distance, but here she ended up settling for 4th in a rather disappointing performance as By and By rebounds to some better form from earlier in the year. By and By is a chestnut mare, a daughter of Falstaff from By Shun by Fabiano. bred in California by Mare's Nest and owned by Robert B. and Beverly Lewis, trained by Craig DeLassy and ridden to victory by Aaron Greider. By and By covers the 7.5 furlongs in 127.85. Next up, the Grade 1 Cash Call Futurity for 2-year-olds at 1 mile and a 16th.
They're at the post. They're off. Good start for Frumius, who goes out for the front. I Want Revenge and Ventana. JP Jammer is close up. Pioneer of the Nile between horses. Then to the outside in Biddle Road. Azul Leon's at the rail alongside Axel Foley. Chocolate Candy is second to last, then Hype, and the trailer is Marquez the Cooler, match racing to the backstretch, and they're going fast. Frumius and Ventana, and they open up a big lead here. Frumius is a neck in front of Ventana in second, and those two have opened up 6 lengths on JP Jammer. I Want Revenge races in fourth. He's about 7 from the front. Pioneer of the Nile outside of him, and there goes Pioneer of the Nile. He's about to take third, and he's 6 lengths behind. Azul Leon stays at the rail. Biddle Road is 3 deep. Chocolate Candy now has 6 lengths to make up because the top 2 have really come back to the field here. Frumius and Ventana are now only a length in front of Pioneer of the Nile, who races in third, and now he's in good striking position. Then it's a length and a half to Chocolate Candy, now 5 from the front. Axel Foley and Hyper next, and the trailer is Marquez the Cooler, and the leader is Frumius and Ventana, and now the 2 of them get away again. Frumius is a neck in front of Ventana in second. Pioneer of the Nile is hard ridden. He's 3rd and 2 from the front. Then comes JP Jammer. Azul Leon drops back. Biddle Road is next. Chocolate Candy draws within 4 of the lead. I Want Revenge, and they run to the top of the stretch. It is Ventana and Frumius. Now Pioneer of the Nile comes with his run. To the center of the track goes Biddle Road. Azul Leon is trying to move again at the rail. Chocolate Candy is next, and the leader is Pioneer of the Nile. Pioneer of the Nile in front. I Want Revenge moves through at the rail. Pioneer of the Nile, I Want Revenge. Pioneer of the Nile has won the 28th Cash Call Futurity. He beat I Want Revenge by a head. Chocolate Candy finished 3rd, close for 4th.
Pioneer of the Nile getting his nose down on the wire over I Want Revenge, who made a very nice move into the 2nd spot here. They were a length and a half on 3rd place finisher Chocolate Candy, who made up steady ground throughout the running of the race while racing 4 wide into the stretch. The winner, Pioneer of the Nile, in his first start with Bob Baffert, transferred into the Baffert barn from the Bill Mott operation. You may remember him from a win up here at Saratoga on the turf where he broke his maiden. Since that time, he ran well on synthetic surfaces, including a 5th place performance with a little bit of traffic in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Obviously a horse that certainly not only likes turf, but can handle the synthetic surfaces as well as Pioneer of the Nile, now a Grade 1 winner in the 2-year-old division. Pioneer of the Nile is a dark bay or brown son of Empire Maker from Star of Goshen by Lord at War. Bred in Kentucky by Zayat Stables and owned by the breeder, trained by Bob Baffert and ridden to victory by Garrett Gomez. Pioneer of the Nile covers the 1 mile and a 16th and 141.95. We'll head right back to Hollywood Park and Sunday's stakes feature, the finale for the Hollywood Fall meeting, the Grade 2 Dahlia on the turf.
They're at the post. They're off. In My Glory wins the break, goes right for the front. Gotta Have Her and Vicari away 2nd and 3rd. Green Lions comes away running in 4th. Outside of her, it's Lady Digby who checks off heels. Then comes Don't Forget Faith and Bella Lure. I Can See is at the rail, and they run into the clubhouse turn, and the leader from the outside to the rail is In My Glory. It is In My Glory, a 2-length lead on Gotta Have Her in 2nd. Green Lions is between horses. Don't Forget Faith to the outside, and the big favorite Vicari tucked in at the rail. They're all about 3 from the front running long shot In My Glory. Then comes Bella Lure and I Can See, and the trailer at the back of the pack is Lady Digby as they head up the backstretch in the 26th Dahlia Handicap, and the leader is In My Glory. In My Glory trying to go it all the way, and she's doing it comfortably. A 2-length lead on Gotta Have Her in 2nd. Green Lions and Vicari are together. They're 3rd and 4th. Vicari's at the rail, could need racing room leaving the backside. Then comes Don't Forget Faith, followed by I Can See and Bella Lure between horses. Lady Digby is still the trailer, 7 lengths from first to last. In My Glory gonna going to get her first test from Gotta Have Her. Here's Gotta Have Her in the MIG to Come challenge. Green Lions in striking position. Vakari stays at the rail, saves all the ground. Bellalure is next. Then I Can See, and they run to the top of the stretch. It is In My Glory and Gotta Have Her. Vakari is just inside of Green Lions. These two are 3 from the front, and they run to the final furlong, and In My Glory and Gotta Have Her. Here comes Vakari, and she's out for the drive and means business. Gotta Have Her takes over the lead. In My Glory. Vakari in the center of the turf course with giant strides runs by to take over the lead, and Vakari runs away and wins the Dahlia. The 26th Dahlia handicap goes to Vakari. She beat Gotta Have Her In My Glory. A great third, close for fourth.
Vakari, nice to see her back in the winner's circle. She's now 8 for 14 lifetime, and in fact, with this performance, I believe she wraps up a very successful career. She was getting back a little bit of class relief here after having run 5th, beaten less than 2 lengths or so in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf last time out. She made a nice bid, as is her usual running style, from just off the pace to win over Gotta Have Her with In My Glory in the 3rd spot. The winner of Vakari is a bay mare, a daughter of Lear Fan from Appealing Storm by Valid Appeal. Bred in Kentucky by the Lothenbach Stable, owned by Helen Alexander, Don Simple, John Kelly, Jim Wilt et al., trained by Christophe Clement and ridden to victory by Jose Valdivia Jr. Vakari covers the mile on the 16th on the Hollywood Turf Course in 143.13. That'll wrap up this Christmas week edition of Horses and Courses. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you'll be able to join us next time. And in the meantime, I would like to wish a Merry Christmas to all of those who have been viewing the program through the year and those who have helped us get this program on the air every week during the course of the last year. Pat Peretta, Dan Hayes, Pete Persico, Kirk Flick, and our station manager, Jim Marber, who is the guy who's pushing all the buttons today and making sure that the programs get run. Thank you very much to all of you for all the help getting this program on the air throughout the course of the year, and a Merry Christmas to you all. We'll see you back here next week.
Number 6, Castles in the Sky. Castles in the Sky, 7-year-old bay gelding by Sky Classic, was bred in Kentucky by Pin Oak Stud, owned by Jagger Incorporated, trained by Jamie Ness, and ridden by Daniel Centino. That's 2 wins tonight for trainer Jamie Ness. Congratulations, everybody, with Castles in the Sky. The 6 Castles in the Sky paid $3 to win, $240. From the 5 Coda paid $440, $420. And the one of the best, paid $5.80 to show. 6-5 Exacta paid $14 even. 6-5 1 Trifecta paid $78.20. The Daily Double 1 and 6 paid $8.80. Time of the race for the 6 furlongs was 1 minute 10 seconds .70. In tonight's 6th race, Scratch the 4, Peaceful Solution. The 4 is scratched. No show wagering in this 6th race. We got win, place, Exacta, and Trifecta wagering coming up in 18 minutes.